patrols can be found
Yeah, and
that you're
Ironwood.
hunting.
Mm-hmm.
You're no longer in the mystical library. You're just kind of in the hall, and now you can decide: do you want to go try and track down that Tanner to get more information? Do you want to go now? Do you want to go see and talk to not Rosie? What was her name? Brandy. See if she has any more information on what you've discovered. Well, you would know that like ironwoods don't typically die, and like unless they're killed,
Mm-hmm.
and most of them were killed during the wars, which is why this one's still so important. But the closest dead ironwood you would know about is that human settlement.
Okay.
That's the closest dead one, which they are
Okay.
rehabbing and living on, but in their version of Harmony. But it's not rotting. It's not a rotting one. Most people know about that area. There are probably others, but yeah, that's what you guys would know.
Well, Ferris, what do you say we go see the Tanner?
Sounds good to me, boss.
Oh man, you don't have to call me boss, man. Like you can just call me Elias or Eli. It's fine.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're trying to get I'm just excited to be here on the team. I know we've been teammates for a while, so
yeah, we have. I can't tell you how many times this is now. I've told you not to call me boss. Like, come on, man.
I'm gonna say every time that I've said it.
All right, that sounds accurate. All right, Ferris. So to the Tanner?
Yeah, let's get some more info. We got
To the Tanner. Yeah, might see if he has anything for Hidalia while I'm there.
Oh yeah. Also, while we're on our way there, what if we need to pick up any supplies?
Let's see. Let me go through my stuff real quick. Pull up my sack. Yeah, it probably wouldn't hurt to pick up a couple of potions just to be on the safe side.
Heck yeah.
You can get them from Lunyeka, but like it's like going to the first sergeant to get your shit, given to you. Otherwise, you go down to like what is that bar area in the actual guild hall? There is the bar.
That's right.
But nobody really uses it.
VFW. Yeah, it's like the VFW. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody really uses it. And also that's where you can go down and get gear from the quartermaster down there, Alphonse. Also, though, you got to remember, it's dangerous. These are not safe areas. Like, so there's 2 missions, which I read or listened and didn't cover. 2 missions that are always there, like if it's just, I don't know what I want to do this week or what's going on, or there's no real plot, is clearing the way south to Heimdall is like your light, like there's a road, right? And like there's the caravans, they have caravan missions, but from up here, there's also just like basic patrol, like get out there, wander around, kill whatever you find. It's going to be a danger.
Very much like Heimdall. We have very similar ongoing quest. Yeah.
Nice.
But you can also do it east.
Okay.
Which is towards
Raquel.
Yes, but there is no road. Like they're trying to build one. So you can go out that way, but heading out that way to go collect is much more, you're in a different bracket. Be ready.
Got you. And back into character.
Yeah, looks like I've got my bedrolls, mess kits, all that checks out. Got my weapons all stashed away. 4 coins. Not that I have to have those on the journey, but
oh, you might be surprised.
Sometimes I reach in the pocket and you just I like to feel them, I like the way they feel.
Don't know why you have it in your pocket, not a coin pouch, Varys, but each their own, I suppose.
Hey, you never know when you need to really whip it out, and I don't want to be fumbling around with no coin purse.
Oh, Varys, God, phrasing. Okay. All right. I could pick up a bedroll and a couple potions. Wouldn't be the worst decision.
So I've been taking a couple classes. They've got some side classes, some cooking classes. So I need to maybe pick up some cooking utensils. They gave me a couple, well, like with my class. So I've got a spoon and a little, they call a whisk.
Oh, let me add, because I have an iron pot. See,
Oh.
there you go, you're sorted.
Hey, now I'm a chef. Just kidding.
There you are.
But
Now, and kind of keep this on the down low, little Varys, but I got a brewer's kit too. I can brew us some stuff as well.
well, shoot. Looks like our camp's gonna be just like home.
I wouldn't say just like home because I hate to tell you this, Varys, you're not as attractive as Hidalia, but as close as you can get, right?
That hurts my feelings. But I get it.
You two looking to fucking take up rent. You hear Lunya yell from her tabletop.
Oh shit.
Currently, she is admonishing. You can see some other recruits, and then or other adventurers, but then took time to see that you guys are just standing around outside the library. And maybe she wouldn't care, but she's like, "You think Master Caliburn's gonna wait?"
Ah, that is a fair point. Let's go get our supplies, Varys.
Yes, ma'am. God.
Yeah, sorry, ma'am.
Sorry.
Apologies.
I want to hear no damn apologies.
Won't happen
Just
again.
get out of- don't touch my boot. She turns her attention back to the person down there who's like trying to get their fucking little scroll, like their mission, but it's under her shit, and now she's back to them. But yeah, you can tell that she's getting a little, like you're just hanging out outside the First Sergeant's office there, just bullshitting outside the library.
I think we take that advantage of her turning away to scoot.
I think that's a solid plan. Let's head on out.
Where are you guys gonna go? So, are you getting supplies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like guild supplies or economy supplies?
So, guild first to get some healing potions,
Yes.
Okay.
and then economy because I need to buy myself a bedroll.
Oh. Yeah. All right. So then you could head downstairs. That's where the guild one is. You guys head down and through the VFW-esque bar area to where Alphonse stands, and he is a elderly gentleman, human,
Okay.
salt and pepper hair, beard that's grayed and kind of fallen out, so it's like his hair's kind of thinning up on the top and stuff too. He is missing his left eye.
Oh.
His right arm.
Oh, gee.
His two middle fingers
Jesus.
on his left hand. And you know that he has a sword for a left leg.
All right.
You approach, he gives you his half smile. He's also, like, if you could imagine a person's teeth, it is like a checker pattern of he's missing half on the top, on like the right side or whichever the scar side is. I think it was the right. Yeah, he's missing his right eye. Yeah. So that's like he's missing them on the top there, but also he's missing the bottom left teeth as well, knocked out in fights. This dude has been here, like, he is a human. He is scarred, and he has been here since you were a child.
All right.
He also
Did he always,
used to,
was he always this scarred up, or have I seen him get more scarred through the years?
he's always been scarred, but you've seen him gain scars. Like, he
Okay.
was already missing his, like, arm, but he came back with less hands. The leg has already been gone. Like, he lost some of his teeth. He's always been pretty banged up, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Solipsis knew, like, him before he was as bad as he is. And you've seen, like, he has gone on mission and come back. Like, you've seen him come back the hero for fucking whatever. But you were young. It was a long time ago. And also he came back and it was just a, like, imagine a lobster claw
Gotcha.
You know that little like the thumb and the lobster claw?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like when he came back, like he had one of those jammed into him.
Jesus.
And
Okay.
he's just like, I'm back now. They're just like, bro, you gotta fucking just stay here.
Was his
Also,
attire
yeah.
was his attire a black helmet with all black armor, and they called him the Black Knight?
He did wear dark chainmail for a while, but then he felt that it was slowing him down. He lost an arm. He's like, ah, man, too much chainmail slowing down my killing. He lost his killing arm.
I gotta lighten my load.
Yeah. But now he functions as the bar master
Mm-hmm.
slash quartermaster slash chef. Cook would be kind to say, but he does create food if you are hungry and can't get it somewhere else. But another reason, aside from like you can sit and listen to his stories, which could be interesting, but he's constantly hacking and just be like, you know, and like into the glass. He doesn't give a shit. You'll drink it or you fuck off.
Nice.
If I
You
were
know,
to,
kind of thing. So
if I were to have taken some kind of like little crash course on cooking, maybe, would Alfonso be conducting that?
if your guy wanted to learn to cook,
Yeah, just some basics.
well, I mean, so that's kind of complicated, Chris, because you're an elf,
Justin.
right? Like, so you could have done that at home.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because
But,
like
yeah, right. Like, because I mean,
I'm
you could
proficient
have
with the
learned-
cooking tools. So yeah, maybe
Yeah, so, I mean-
he did get that as working with the druids and stuff.
Yeah, right. Like growing up and like turning all these vegetable and like their food that is very, I would say, mostly vegan friendly.
Yeah.
Right, I guess, like, because I
Yeah.
think we've talked about their cuisine before a bit, but like, yeah, you know how to cook, I guess, from doing that, right? Like, growing up here. And you're 150 years old, so.
Well, 148, but who's counting the number, you know?
Yeah, I mean, hey,
Hey,
I'm looking every bit 120.
I don't want to
All
cross
I'm
that
saying.
threshold of 150 yet.
All right, so now that you know who Alphonse is, as you guys are heading down the stairs, like so on either side, so if you could imagine the second floor, as I said, it's basically a big squared U
Mm-hmm.
with the connection to the the tower that goes up additional floors.
Nice.
But you can look down, so it's open centered, and so you can look down into where it is, and you can. So there's that, and then the two ways to come up and down of the stairs, right? Like, so there's like a, not really a spiral staircase, but kind of like a curving. Like, it looks nice. Like kind of a fancier staircases on either side of it going down. So as you guys come down, you can see that Thompson and Nash are already talking to Alphonse. And there you can see on the bar top, there are like Alphonse is getting the supplies and setting them up there. They're talking with them. Well, mostly Thompson's talking, and Nash is leaning comfortably back, hip against elbow on the bar, just looking at a couple of fucking losers coming up here. Oh my god. Look at these fucking nerds. You can just see them sitting there. Sniggering.
Sitting there, being a dick.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
This son of a bitch.
Like, well, whenever you two are done taking up Alphonse's time, we have important business for Calibrom.
Yeah, we got an important mission. So step aside.
No. Somebody's gotta go somewhere that's not full of partying, Nash says as he gives you the little cry, like where he rubs his finger in the corner of his tusk, like just above his tusk. As he's doing it though, he is flexing, so you can see his giant muscle. He's like,
It's like, oh, someone's upset they weren't handpicked by the guild master to do a job.
Yeah, suck it. I also flex like behind Elias, but I'm only 10 strength, so I'm just average build. So he's just like, ugh.
Go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
Oh boy. That's
You know what? Roll
7.
intimidation athletics. Since you're doing it with the flex.
Okay. It's not any better. That's actually worse. 6.
Wow. Yeah. So we'll just stick with the 7. I thought that it would be.
So that was
What is
an
your
8.
character
minus
again?
1.
Aren't you a ranger or druid?
No, I'm a
That's
druid.
right, you're a druid.
He's like,
Like I was okay, it's not charisma or strength. Got you. But yeah, so he just sort of laughs it up. But when Elias mentions being handpicked, you hear Thompson snap at Nash like, knock it off. We'll be done when we're done.
you do see,
So
I'll say
throws
in
down
this.
some coins, but you also see that she has on the counter right now 4 potions of health.
Ooh, nice.
1 large guild sack, which you know as a like greater bag of holding.
Oh.
Ooh.
Right, like that's so. If you can imagine, like your guys' sacks are like small, not small rucks, but I mean they're not U.S. Army style rucks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not like maxed out huge ass bags. They're smaller like camp style bags. This is a much bigger fucking bag, and usually they only go if you're carrying special equipment because they're expensive, and also not always purchasable. Depending on one of the things here is like they can't always purchase. You can't always purchase, but you can rent, where you can put down your coin, and when you bring it back, you get your coin back. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a deposit.
Yeah, right, like that. So they do have those, but you can see that she has that, or their team has that big ass ruck, 4 potions. Make a Arcana check, either one of you.
Oh no. Okay.
Nice one.
Okay.
Natural
I thought that
20.
That's not how I thought that was gonna go.
Haha.
But I guess I'll say that, Elias, you've actually seen this before.
Okay.
You've seen Solstice use this, actually.
Okay.
This is a soul trap.
Oh.
These can take lich souls from a phylactery.
Damn. Okay.
Mm.
All right.
They are only given like that. You know that that's what they do. You know that you've only ever seen it one time, and it was on a mission that Solipsis and some other of the bigger guys who you would know as Borvara. Borvara was a cat person, and you'd never really seen them before.
Wait, like a tabaxi?
Yes. You
Okay.
don't know what that is, though.
Fair enough.
And like they were more of a come and go kind of thing.
Gotcha.
But it was like, from how you saw them interact with Solipsis, they were old friends, you know?
Okay.
So you remember that person. There were a couple others involved. One of them was he had the nickname Lucky,
Okay.
but it was like, he was nicknamed Lucky because he survived a lot of missions that no one else has. Yeah, right? Like, so that's kind of like people were like, oh man, you're so lucky. He's like, yeah, it's super great. Going on a bunch of missions, everyone dies. No one comes back. Great.
Yeah, that's not gonna haunt me at all.
Yeah, right. Like, so there's that guy, and it's gotten to the point where you do know that no one ever really sees Lucky. He works by himself. Like, he's just kind of stopped taking these kind of jobs. But you saw him and a couple others that you were unsure of. But yeah, like this was in your formative, I want to do stuff. Like, you remember this, they were talking about it, they came back, talked about how they fucked up this lich and got the soul and did a whole bunch of great stuff, and they were all drinking, and it was one of the few times where they didn't just kick you out of the hall. They let you hang out.
Okay.
Kind of thing, like into the night, let you stay up with them. Which, of course, as a small child, as cool as that sounds, like you were like, oh man, I'm gonna be up all night. It's like 8:30, and you're like, knock the fuck out. But still. So you do remember it. So you have a pretty, yeah, I mean, that's at 21, man. You got a pretty good memory of what that is and what it came for.
It just all came rushing back into my brain. Okay. Looks like y'all might be hunting some pretty impressive prey.
Everything I do is impressive, Nash says.
Yeah.
As
I'm
he,
not talking...
still leaning on, now he's leaning with his fist into the bar to give you a good look at that forearm definition. Into the biceps, just giving you just like, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't talking to you, bud.
I wasn't talking to you either.
Of course you aren't. That's why you replied to my exact comment. Clearly you weren't talking to me. All apologies.
Yeah, that's right. Apologies accepted, it says. Giving his collar a little pop. The fur line of his collar gives it a little pop.
Broing it out.
It bros out a little bit in his sleeveless fucking hide armor.
Nice.
Ferris says,
Yeah.
nice collar pop.
Yeah, it was. I appreciate you seeing that.
You're
You're gonna
welcome.
go
I had
far, nice.
that was actually supposed to be an angry comment, but
Don't worry, Varys. He's just trying to protect his neck from all the women swooning over him. He doesn't want them kissing him.
What? Who told you that? I love women kissing. Nash loves women kissing. Who said that? And shut up. As he's putting her stuff in, rows the rock on, just glares at the both of you, just like, oh well, all three of you, really.
I put the hands up.
She's
like, whoa,
just
that's
like,
me.
the lips is worth known better. She just says, even though you like much older than you and probably never hung out with her, but she does say it just to be a bitch, and then grabs Nash and moves on out of the way. As Nash pushes through or walks by, he goes to give you the old I'm walking here. So go ahead and let's give me a athletics, if you would, please. Shit, can you see that?
Shit.
No.
No, I can't see. I don't know what you just did. I didn't see it. But my athletics roll was garbage. So.
Yeah. Wow. +6 too. That's unfortunate.
Right.
So I will say that as you guys are coming by each other, he just checks you in the shoulder. You fall back a little bit. You're not knocked prone, but he definitely just sort of strides through you.
Yeah, I get it. It happens.
Yeah, sometimes he just gets you as they move on through out of the way. Alphonse sitting there, he's like, "Bah! You see that? Back in my day, I fought a order. That's what you call them when they're half orc, half ogre. They're called ogres. Or, I don't remember the actual term for them, so... like super orc. He's like, I did that. What I did is I jammed my hands down his throat, grabbed him by the Adam's apple, yanked it out of his face. You should try doing that sometime. He says, as he smacks his stump, or as he points his stump up to the fucking sign that has like the list of things, imagine. Oh, like a fucking coffee shop, dude. With big chalkboards up there, like a hipster
nice.
fucking coffee shop.
Nice.
With the boards. But it's all handwritten out or for him, he writes it with his mouth. And it's great penmanship. He does it amazingly.
That's impressive. Every time
that's just impressive.
Every time I see
like
it.
He's doing it with his hands, and then since he does still have the thumb on his little claw hand, he does use that to write. He's doing them both, mouth and claw hand. He's very good at what he does, whatever it is. I mean,
Alphonse, man, you're just impressive. You're just an impressive individual.
Damn right, I'm impressive, he says,
Yeah.
hobbling off his stool
I gotta say, sir.
up to the counter.
Yeah. Elias will lean over to Varys and it's like, clearly Thompson didn't know Calypsis all that well. Calypsis didn't take any lip off anybody.
Definitely not. Hey, good talk back right there. I mean, he slipped and gave you a little shoulder check, which is, it should have tripped him. But hey, thanks for.
Hey, I gotta give him his wins somewhere.
Yeah.
Clearly, he does not have the mental fortitude, so I'll just let him think that he can best be physically.
Yeah, that's
Like
that's the
somebody's
ticket.
been doing lines of copium. Sells
Oh.
Alphonse as he's still leaning there against the counter on his like little. So his arm, his missing right arm is a couple inches below. Like it's like mid, not quite mid, a little higher than mid forearm. So he's got like a
Okay.
little nubby stump.
So he's got
that
a
he
little
can
bit of
move.
an elbow.
Little bit. He's got the elbow, and then
Okay.
just a bit of a nubby stump that he can move.
love
That he can just jab.
It's like
Use
George's fingers.
Exactly. That's exactly what he just. And you know that, like, you can catch. You've seen him, both of you. Actually, no, not both of you, Chris. You weren't around, but you've also seen him. Elias has seen him knock a dude out,
Nice.
like with his stump. Like you've seen him. He's still bar fights. That was back when people drank here before it became so as it is.
Alphonse is quickly becoming my favorite character in your area, Chad.
Yeah, he's
Most
just a
definitely.
fucking crazy old man. He's like, "Rah! What do you need?"
Alphonse, I got.
need Oh, go on, Varys. All apologies.
Oh, I was just gonna say, every time you tell a story, I learn something new. You know how
You
to.
want to learn something new? Let me tell you something new right now. Them folk, he says, as he points out to Nash and Thompson, is you brothers and sisters. You gotta put your losing behind you, little boy. But also, you should get stronger. Your friends should be stronger. You work together. You're both large, strapping men. He gives you, like, when he smacks you, his hand, his little, like, claw hand, it's clammy. It's cool and clammy, but each of the fingers seem like steel, right? Like, you can only imagine how strong his hand is.
Yeah.
But the skin is just kind of a weird, unpleasant, cool, clammy sensation as he's just rubbing this on your neck, kind of. Just being like, you gotta get in there, son. You gotta get in.
Alphonse, you're
You
100%.
listen, no, he leans in, looking you eye to eye. Does he wear an eye patch like a bitch? No. You can look into that shriveled ass eye hole.
Gross.
Just gross. Just
I try to look him
nasty
right
little
in the
fuck.
good eye, but
Yeah, he's just holding him. His good eye. He's got his one good like green eye, just like kind of cloudy with cataract. It's just,
God.
and I imagine we're inches away.
oh yeah, he's up in there. You got that sweet mushroom breath though. He sticks to the basics, man. He enjoys that basic mushroom that most everybody eats, made from recycling, and sometimes it's got a pungent odor, a musky scent. He's just right there with you. A little, and also, you know, there's a hint of onion and shallot.
Okay.
Probably had a pretty tasty breakfast by most standards in these parts. He's like, you gotta do well. Look at you. Spitting image of your father. You know, I've seen him once. Seen him a few times.
Oh yeah.
Seen him. Yep, he like lets you go. Puts his finger against his finger against your fucking forehead and just pushes you back. So that
I
like
go back a little
no
bit.
more leaning. Yeah, like no, done leaning in. Like now that closest is over, you guys back up now, as he just stays there.
God, Alphonse,
Like,
I would have loved to have dueled you in your prime.
How you can do it, now, son? Though I don't know you, some strapping young lads. You're right. Ha! Sometimes I get all fired up and I think that I can still. The days you just see him looking off, maybe into the distance, kind of hard to tell. but
He's deep in this
maybe-
thought.
Yeah. And he just comes back. Oh, you know what you boys need? We need a drink. And you know that there's only one thing that he likes to drink. And
It's not Rumpelmans, is it?
It is
Or
not
Jaeger.
Rumpelmans. It's or Jaeger. It would be more akin to, imagine if you took Everclear and then you poured it into like a mason jar and then
Oh,
filled
God.
that mason jar with
Hate?
smoked oak.
Oh.
And then you just held it in there and you kind of shook it up
Mhm.
and you put it somewhere and then you brought it back. It's like a
Okay.
poor man's bourbon.
Okay. I mean, it works.
Yeah, right? It's not
Yeah.
great. And also, but it's not quite like, it's not going to blind you or any of that. It's just, sometimes it's okay. It goes from okay to like, uh-oh, shouldn't have done that. Like those are the two levels of this drink. Or well, the ends, the two ends of the spectrum. The highest it goes, like, that was okay. I didn't hate it, I guess. I don't think it's coming back up to like, well, shouldn't have done it. Poor choice on my part.
I understand.
As he starts pulling up the glasses with his good hand and leans over, kind of knocks the, like, or not really knocks, but like grips the handle, the curved, if you could imagine like a carafe,
Mhm.
like that curved handle coming off of the jug, and lifts it up with his little stump. He's just holding that up. You can just see the muscle definition in his old, like he's got the scrawny old man body with the fucking just.
I imagine that you could tell this guy used to be just fucking jacked.
Yeah, right? Like this guy is probably. He's been probably exercising since he was 14. He's like that kind of like
Okay.
leathery skinned. Fucking. He was probably jacked at one. Yeah, like his muscles have gotten down because he's like 70 years old.
So I'm kind of imagining what Arnold Schwarzenegger looks like now.
Less. Like he's small. He's a
Little
lot
less, okay.
scrawnier. Imagine more like a Chuck Norris now.
Okay.
Okay, I got it.
With that old
Yeah.
man body, and it's just scrawny. But man, when he moves, though, you do still see the like just his muscles are
You see
taut.
you see kind of the shadow of the man he was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I love it.
I mean, you both are like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he still probably throw down with that little. Well, like I said, you've seen him knock a man out a while back. Yeah, he's got he's got his little.
I imagine a common man he can still knock out.
Yeah, I mean, you probably looking at him. Give an insight check.
Oh shit. I can actually do that. I am proficient in that.
Hey.
Hey, 23.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, and with that, like, that he could probably knock out a lot of people. He's pretty tough. As you're looking at him, like you're seeing him pour those shots. And when I say shots, imagine you're at your favorite bar,
Mhm.
where instead of pouring you shots in like a shot glass, they're pouring them to you in a whiskey tumbler.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Right, but again, like this isn't great whiskey. It's just thick, and it's 9 a.m, and he's pouring it out for you, being like, "Yeah, here we go. You put some hair on your shoulders." And speaking of,
It's
it
like,
does look like,
I'm
is there
picturing
hair in
this.
the whiskey, or was there hair in the glass? It's hard to tell. Doesn't matter. You'll be fine. He puts it, puts it back with a little thing. He's like, "Here you go, boys." And with the two fingers, the pinky and the he pushes them on the bar, and they both slide slightly askew towards each of you. As he gets his own, then he grabs his own little glass and lifts the dark liquid swirling with some flexes. It's probably fine.
Yeah.
Probably not dirt.
So
Here,
Elias
here.
won't I'll say Elias won't hesitate. He'll just reach down and grab it, like, always a pleasure to drink with you, sir. And he'll slam it.
I'll do the same. And one thing you said, Alphonse, teamwork.
Okay.
And then I throw mine back.
All right. Yeah. It goes down smooth. In fact, you hardly taste anything, though. Maybe with it. Nah, probably don't dwell on it. And it's so good. Yeah, you both gain. We'll say 2 temporary hit points.
Ooh. Whew. I give it a little. Feeling good.
Mm-hmm. Actually,
Oh man, Alphonse, this might be some of your best yet.
it is quite good today, huh? He says confidently for like a brief second, then kind of falls back onto his stool. Like, huh. Well, what are you boys here for? You need supplies, or would you like more drinking?
I'd love to drink with you more, but we got a mission to get on.
Yeah, we got a special mission from Big
Are
Boss.
you fucking shitting me?
I know.
Would
It finally
say
happened.
As he, from above,
Oh.
just watching you guys at the bar now doing you guys. Or you fuck on, and you just hear yell and just turn and starts like pacing and yelling up there, and he's like, "Ooh, you just done it now. Best not come back on me." He says, giving you both maybe he's both staring at you. It's hard to tell. Look, somebody's getting stared at. You're getting the fingers. You mess with the bull. You hit the horns. He's trying to look you down. There's 2 of you. He's only got the one eye. Give him some slack.
Well, we'll just get some supplies and we'll get out of your hair.
It's all right, Alphonse. You gotta there's some camaraderie here. You gotta talk with your chums.
Yeah.
So don't let her tell you nothing different. You know, when she was a wee lass suckling on the firewater teat, we'd have her up on the stools and dancing. And as he's saying this, he's pointing out the specials. And really, it's like a weird chili. Like it says chili, or well, it says meat stew. You would probably consider it to be chili. It is ground up meat.
It says meat
In a
question mark.
It's
Meat question mark stew.
it's meat. There's no question. It's meat. Don't worry about that. In a spicy tomato paste. Like
it sounds
broiled.
delicious.
Yeah, right? Should be good. Like it's nothing like you would get growing up here.
Gotcha.
Right? This is a spicy sort of, but like again though, this is the food specials that he's pointing to you, not any of the like gear specials in the gear special. He just clearly doesn't understand what you're here for.
I understand. But noticing that though, Elias was like, "Oh, get some of those Heimdall spices in here. Looks tasty."
Well, you know the festival of the Twin Moon is coming up, so I thought Alfonso spicy chili. All right.
Oh, I like
and
the
that's
sound
what
of
I'm
that.
gonna do. Yeah. Well, I've been making it a lot. Used to use yogurt, but you can't eat yogurt no more because of the fact. Also,
Probably high
well, we
in
didn't
high in
kill-
fat,
yeah.
huh?
Well, he just kind of eyes you with his one eye. You just see it go up and down on you, and you're like, I don't think you got to worry about any fats. What you need is a sandwich. And he points over to Alphonse big old Sando. And you know that is 4 separate cuts of meat,
Goddamn.
2 cheeses,
All right.
real bread,
Alphonse, I'll get the usual.
instead of like
Usual.
mushroom.
I'm gonna get the usual today, which is
The usual-
in fact that sandwich.
Oh, is that your usual?
I mean, four
Okay.
meats Like, how can you say no to that, you know?
Alphonse, before we get into this though, I do need a couple healing potions, and I'll pull out a guild coin and put it on the table.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
Alphonse, same.
sorry, young masters.
No need to apologize, sir. Just conversation amongst friends. But we, like I said, we do have business to get to.
All right.
Sadly.
2 healing potions.
Yes, sir.
Alright. Get those for you. And he goes down, comes up with 2 healing potions onto the counter.
Excellent. Is that 2 for 1? Or is that a 1
2 for 1.
2
Yep.
for 1.
These are
Okay.
2 for 1.
Cool. I say, Alphonse, look forward to more stories. Maybe we'll have some for you when we get back.
I can't wait to hear some of your stories. I imagine they're gonna be good ones. Just the healing potions, then.
Well, I mean, if you got any bedrolls back there, I'd be interested in buying a couple of those for gold and silver.
A bedroll. One sec. He just goes around like back into what is essentially the kitchen / brewery / storage area, and then comes back out with just a rolled up. It looks like a big fleece, like sheep fleece skin, just rolled and wrapped in leather. And he's like, "Whoa, hell! You can have this one." Smacks it down. You see a couple of bugs run out of it. And he's like, "Don't worry about them. They'll keep you warm, or you can eat them."
That's like a meal packed away.
Exactly.
All right, Alphonse, how much for this one then?
Oh, well, I tell you what I'll do. You have a drink with old Alphonse, and I'll just give it to
Alphonse.
Sounds like a deal to me.
you. Ha ha! He pulls up a couple of more glasses, reaches down. This time he's got another jug.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
This isn't his whiskey. This is Alphonse Supreme Sangria.
Okay.
Nice.
And you know that this is just fermented fruit in a bathtub. Does Alphonse get in that tub? He says no.
I mean,
But
he does stay
as
pretty
he
clean, though.
uncorks- he looks very clean. I mean, he's a clean, youthful man. He looks well put together as he uncorks it with his good teeth, like right there in the center, where they kind of overlap, and he gets a good top-bottom grab, pops that cork, and it wafts out that delicious grape vinegar smell, slightly mustardy, and you're like, is that what a wine should smell like? But as it comes out, Alphonse patented chunks,
Oh,
so that it just kind of lumps out like a grape jelly.
you know, Elias, those chunks are patent. Yeah, he's got a couple patents out.
These
Special
are
stuff.
Elias is just going to pick up the glass and just kind of look at it like, is this a jelly? Do I chew this?
Oh, I wouldn't chew too hard, but I mean you could. It's got a great flavor of it. He pours you one too, Varys, and of course himself.
I'll take it.
Why wouldn't you? You can go ahead and make a nature, survival, or history check.
I will make a survival.
I'm proficient in almost all of those.
Yes, 23.
I'll go survival because it's higher. 16.
Well, both of you know that, this is, if you could imagine, like a jelly,
Okay.
but it's a hyper-potent
Yeah,
alcohol sauce with chunks of alcohol sauce in it. It's been sitting in the fridge for a while. Like your bottom of the thing jelly that's just been sitting in the fridge. Somebody just threw that into a glass for each of you. And you know what's coming is going to be some kind of alcohol.
Oh, God. Okay.
There you go. Here adventures, boys. Good luck up to you. What are you off to, anyways?
We're going to find a troll liver, a white troll liver, specifically for.
Blink.
It's like, okay. And you can just see regret kind of watch over Elias's face, and he's just
All right.
take a drink, or he's just gonna
Bear.
shoot it.
You gonna shoot it? All right, Ferris, you.
I'm gonna savor it.
Oh, you're
You know
gonna
what?
sip on it?
I'm gonna treat it kind of like a wine. I'm not gonna just like sip like a
Oh,
a brandy, but I'm gonna, waft it, get a couple good gulps, maybe 3 or 4 before it goes away, or before I drink it all.
Oh god, I feel like that's a punishment for me. Both of you make Constitution checks. Or Constitution saving throws, I should say. Chris. I imagine what you were just saying, but you're just, like I said, drinking the bottom of the grape jelly.
Oh.
9.
9.
Okay.
Like a halfway, couple sips in, I'm like, don't regret it, or I'm regretting it, but
Yeah.
I'm already committed.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
All right, and as you power through,
I am immune to disease in case it matters.
disease, it does not.
I didn't think
it's not
so.
disease. As soon as you guys finish them, and you're sitting there, and you see Elias, you just throw it back, as does Alphonse.
Mm-hmm.
Throws it back. He's like, doesn't seem to shake him at all.
I didn't think so.
Of course not.
It's like
As you
beast.
throw it back, it is sickeningly sweet, grape flavoring, followed maybe like tart grape flavoring, followed by like a chunky, cheesy feel. And the flavors all kind of, it's almost like drinking a charcuterie.
Gross.
You
Okay.
feel it go across your tongue, and it's not terrible. But when it hits your stomach, it's like it was made out of iron. It drops into your gut with a poop, and you immediately feel your mouth water. Now, Varys, you're a classier gentleman. You don't
Yeah.
shoot.
I don't shoot it.
You're sorry, I'm a little classier. You take that first swig down, you get a bit of the chunk, and you're like, okay, I can see the notes. Your refined elven palate is picking up notes of stuff that you're like, okay, you should stop, but you're still drinking because you ain't no bitch, and you said you'd do it.
Exactly.
And then that second drink, you can remember sitting around your family's table drinking wine that was probably around 600 years old, but had been cultivated in a way to elicit a feeling of laughter, right? Like it was so good, so smooth, and then it would hit the lips and then the top of the mouth, and it had a fizz, and then you feel this slug of fucking grape, soured, cheesy grape, slide across the top of your mouth, and that memory fades away again. As with your last soak, it hits the gut and your mouth waters. Both of you are like, uh-oh.
Like, I need a bucket.
A bucket, huh? Oh, I can see. He grabs this little stick and he's trying to get buckets down off the top shelf for you guys.
Quick!
Little adventure. What? Looks back.
Sorry, Alphonse, I need it now.
Are you Morden Hammer? She yells as she sees. Now you've got a new glass in your hand.
No, it's the same one.
As she's.
I need a bucket.
It was payment. Please, Alphonse bucket.
Oh yeah, sorry guys. There's no bucket coming in time for both of you.
No.
As you can see, well, it's hard to tell because you're vomiting now. As Lucia up here, just holding onto the railing, just giving you the business, not helping the pounding headache coming from this fucking shot. As he's like, these buckets are. Well, I got 10 bucket or a wooden bucket, or perhaps you'd like a bucket of metal that. You're vomiting all over them. He just looks as like, I gotta clean these glasses. Seems so disappointed as he's pulling it away, putting his drinks.
I'm sorry, Alphonse. Your stomach's just stronger than mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna need
You're
more
not gonna get a
practice here.
Good, strong stomach with such weakened. Get the fuck up! You just
So, we gotta
see,
go.
Cups coming down, and then you hear it, and the door begins to slowly open, and you know this as the air crackles.
Oh, jeez. Alphonse, we gotta get out of here. Thanks for the drinks.
Thanks much. I'll grab the bedroll.
As soon as that door opens, you see Alphonse. He's like, I gotta go do some inventory. And just like,
Elias just grabs the bedroll
And I run
just
as
starts
fast.
going to the door.
Yeah.
As soon as you turn around to go to the door, you notice you're like, man, the floor seems close. No, it's not. Oh shit. Oh. You are both drunk.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
not surprised.
Yeah. Enjoy that.
are we on the
Yeah.
ground or
No, you don't fall. Like it's
just like stumbling, hitting like tables?
yeah. Well, you know that sense. You know when you've been drinking at the bar and you're like, nah, I'm fucking fine, dude.
Yeah.
And you finally get to your feet and you're like,
Mhm.
You're like, wait a
less
second.
than
Yeah.
fine.
Not
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, that's where you guys just all right, like as she's yelling and just like throwing cups down at you.
We're leaving.
Look, guy, was
We're leaving.
Stumble vomiting out the fucking door, and you can hear in both of your minds, and it feels almost like somebody took a quill dipped in ice and wrote it into the back of your brains as you're running out, and you feel it say, "I need it whole."
Oh God.
You talking about the drinks or the liver?
Like, oh God. Okay. They need to hold. That's more reason to go talk to the tanner. Barris.
Yeah.
Let's go talk to the tanner. Oh Lord. By Hestia's hand, please guide me through this.
Man, I don't believe in. I'm not a big Hestia believer, but yeah, if you could, oh, that would be good. Put in
I
a
mean,
word.
we're all family here, though. You should give her at least some credit.
Makes
to
me
the
feel
tanner.
better.
To the tanner.
All right, so you guys begin making your way down the road to the tanner. I mean, are you guys just stumbling? I mean,
I
is
feel
this,
like we're teamwork, arm across each other, kind of in a V shape. Well, not a V shape.
You know what it's like when two drunk guys try to
yeah.
hold each other up? That's what it is.
exactly. Yeah, all
Yeah.
right, so it's that. That's why I was
Yeah.
like, are you guys
Just
going back
leaning
like,
on each
"Nah,
other as we.
It's fine. I'm good. Or if you guys are just leaning into it, you're like, nah, it's cool. We're both drunk. As you're coming down, it's like fucking 10 in the morning now. There aren't a lot of people on the street. Like nobody's just fucking walking around. People have jobs.
Yeah.
But a few of the security are like, huh. You make your way to the heart of the tree.
While I'm on my way there, I'll be saying hi to people by their names.
As you're greeting people as you go, they are often like, "Hail, adventurers!" You know, a little bit of that, but nobody seems mad or upset or anything like that. Nobody's saying anything about it, or at least until you get to the center of the tree, and then there's the spiraling stairs down. Enjoy those, because I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stairs in this area. The elevators are mostly used for cargo and animals too dumb to use the stairs. So you'll often you can share stairs with goats and pigs and dogs and things of that nature. Though usually like cattle and herds or larger animals are come up on platforms. But you guys are unfortunately gonna have to take the stairs down a few levels to not quite.
Is there a banister
Yeah.
to grab onto? Okay, good.
Yeah, it's kind of a low banister. Like there's no OSHA, and you should be, but there is one. And also, you know what? Now I will say is there's also a rope higher, right? So it's like a low banister, like maybe just below your hip. It's more decoration than anything.
Got you.
As you make your way down,
I'm definitely gonna
That makes
use on
sense.
trying to
Yeah, definitely.
swallow
definitely
the
be using
pride.
the. Yeah, I'll be using that. Might not look good, but I don't want to fall down the stairs.
Exactly.
once you get to what you would consider to be like, I guess, the second floor. Yeah, so you guys get down onto the street. As you come out, it's not smoldering hot, but you can feel very much the magic of the druids at work.
Okay.
trying to keep the environs stable, right? So you do have blacksmiths with fire. Like, you have to use fire to move metal. So they're doing that. It's controlled, and then you can see, like, almost, you can't see the barrier, but you can see the steam and smoke kind of in its own area.
Okay, makes sense.
Versus the one that's coming off of, like, an armor or a farrier or where they're gaping bows. It's like the Fletchers and stuff like that. As you do know, like, something like the Fletcher, that reminds you, Varys, of when you were young. And they were really just starting to open up with Heimdall and stuff like that. People were like, what? Selling bows? Just make your own. Who would buy a bow? You just remember that as a family argument.
Nice.
Basically, is just them arguing over, like, who would buy a bow.
And that just kind of crosses my mind as we pass it, and just kind of chuckle to myself of like, ha, remember, used to argue over that good stuff. Look at us now.
As you make your way down, you can see at the end there are a couple different, like a stall, I guess you would think, for tanning, kind of cut into the side of this tree. I don't know a lot about tanning or how it's done. I just imagine there's vats, and I know that there's those big loom-looking things that they're scraping. And you see a half-elven gentleman with, like, brown and green hair and almost wood-colored skin, just hanging out in, like, all white linen. And then his thick apron over the top is also white. And he has a very, like, clean look to him, while the rest of everybody else is just kind of scraping and dirty and looking like people that...
Yeah, I think we go up to him and be like, "Hail, well met, sir."
Ah, hello, he says as he turns around, and you see there's a half-elf, dark hair with green highlights and
He
kind
just
of
sees.
bark-colored skin. Just turns around, looks at the both of you. He's got yellow eyes.
He just sees
Can I help you?
two
says.
guys
Yeah.
holding on to each other.
Two drunks
Two
just hanging out. Gives a little, like, even though it smells like a tannery in there, like leathers and stuff like that, he's like, oh, careful now.
Yeah.
Thanks. So, yeah, Varys, you got this. And Elijah's gonna kind of slump over against the wall, like, oh my god.
Oh, yeah. Pardon us. We had some drinks a little early for it, but
Yeah, I would say so.
just with a friend of ours. Anyway, we're here for some information about a Yeti.
Well, why don't you two come back when you're sober?
Yeah. Oh,
A Yeti?
No,
What?
no, we have to do it. We have to get the information now. Not a Yeti. Varys, the white troll livers. Lord.
yeah, the troll livers.
Yeah, he's looking at both of you. Doesn't look happy.
Do you know anything about white trolls?
Go ahead and make a persuasion at
no.
disadvantage.
I don't think I would even needed the disadvantage.
Well,
I mean,
they are exactly the same.
They are the
Yeah,
same.
right. You keep going if you want. Sixes are gonna help you. You see, yeah, he is just like, I'll not be speaking to two drunks. Get out of my shop. He
Excuse
says,
me.
Pointing out.
I step out. Stumble out, really. Like,
Elias is kind of like, oh god, and he's going to spend
maybe you could try?
he's going to spend 5 of his lay on hands on himself to neutralize the poison inside of him,
Okay.
to not be drunk anymore.
Yep.
So Elias is gonna stand up like Hestia's grace, and he's just gonna lay on hands himself, get the poison out of him. It's like, okay.
So now you're
Okay.
gonna. What do you? You see him. He gets a little, like, nervous. He reaches over. Some of the other workers are all like, "What was happening?" As they watch you using your. What's your lay on hands look like?
It just gets like this slight blue glow on his hand,
Okay.
and where he touches, it just this blue haze just kind of starts there and just kind of flows around the body like a wave.
So they're seeing the magic of what you're doing, and like, whoa, what is that? Hey, Hestia, what? I ain't got no problem with no followers and no gods. You take that shit outside, and you see that he is now becoming hostile. Not hostile, aggravated. Sorry.
Yeah.
Aggravated.
So-
hostile.
Sorry, friend. Sorry, friend. I just needed to sober myself up, because as you said, you weren't going to speak to drunks.
Well, you should have done that before you come in, I suppose.
Forgive me. As you said, I was drunk, so I was not thinking clearly.
I will also come back in, but also casting Lesser Restoration on myself.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. Lesser restoration than us.
Yeah, I feel like some of the vines on the tree give a slight glow. Some of the leaves on the tree, on the branches, as maybe some might be familiar with druid casting.
Yeah. Well, you know that most of the workers in here are like drones, as you consider.
That
just
makes sense.
the NPCs. But yeah, he's like,
Oh, sorry, sir. We were poisoned.
poisoned. What manner of poison? He just kind of seems
Well,
like
we just had a few too many drinks early in the day.
he's back. Like you can see that the aggravation's there as he's looking between the two of you. What is it that brings you to disturb my... Back to work, please. What brings you to this place to disturb me?
Apologies for the disturbance. We're just looking for information on trolls. We have been tasked to find a white troll liver, and we need to try to keep it intact.
To the Adventurers Alliance.
We are
and
with
leave-
the Adventurers Alliance.
What? He says, straightening a little bit, like looking between the two of you.
I flash any badge that I have.
Yeah, didn't we say that there was badges on your, like, bags or something?
Oh, on
Yeah.
the pack.
No. So, yeah, when you tell him you're with the Alliance, he's like, oh. And it's immediately changed, although you can see, it's like, well, you guys were just wasted. I didn't think I was supposed to be wasted in the morning, but I had so much respect for the Alliance. And you see him as he wavers a bit, but he's like, oh, okay, well, I'd like to help the Alliance. If it's important enough to stop your celebrations, then, well, I'll give you the help that I can.
We do
He
appreciate
no longer
your
looks
assistance.
agitated, though he
Mhm.
does look dubious, especially since Chris lied to him.
About being poisoned?
Yes.
No, I was poisoned.
Oh, no. he looks over and he's like, okay.
I mean,
All right, I get you.
he's,
Yeah,
he's,
he gets it.
he's technically not wrong.
Like now, listen. I drink wine. That wasn't wine.
I mean, I'm not gonna tell him that I
Yeah.
chose to drink the poison. Yes. Apologies for earlier.
Mhm.
We'd be grateful for any help you could provide.
Well, I don't know what help I can be to the Alliance.
So you're a tanner, yes? Have you ever dealt with trolls or troll skins?
They're hard to work. I mean, you can, but yes, I've had a fair bit of a reckoning with them, I'd say.
Perfect.
Okay. What would you recommend to be the best way to down a troll without destroying its internal organs?
Well, I don't typically hunt too many troll, though I suppose back in the day the way we would go about it is you go for the head.
Okay.
They regenerate a lot, but if you can get them into pieces quick, we'd hunt them in a pack, though most of my plans now gone, he says. And you see, like, for a moment, like, in this half elf, he's older. So he's past middle age for him. So he's like, yeah, but I mean, back in the day, my clans would hunt. But yeah, we don't do so much of that anymore. Mostly work around here. But yeah, I'd
What
say
is,
the Adventurers Alliance would have most of the information on how to bring down trolls, but I'd be careful of their claws. Some of them, the ones down closer to Heimdall, they got some swamps down there. You'll have them. They got some type of noxious gas in them.
Ooh, that sounds awful.
I have
Never
heard
come
rumor of that, but it was never confirmed.
Yes, we have
Yeah,
some.
swamp troll. Like, that's just your typical swamp troll. They're gonna be
Oh.
all gassy like that. Whatever. You don't usually use their skins for much, really. They're kind of brittle. Now, you can get a good troll skin. It's just, it's so hard to really be able to keep the body intact and kill the troll.
Now up by Deadwood area, you got some good trolls up there. Probably not swamp, huh?
Well, that would be a by dead. I mean, you probably just mostly have your run-of-the-mill forest troll, probably some Hiller wood troll. Yeah, I'd say for them, the eyes you both you are with the Alliance. Go ahead, give me a persuasion check, please.
Ooh.
12?
Natural 13.
Natural
With a negative
13.
1, I beat Corey. I
Wait, what?
have a negative
Yeah,
1.
I got a +4. And I only got a 12. Chris has a -1, and he got a 13.
Okay. Well, I mean, magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
You said the right thing, I guess.
Okay.
Rethinking things. Like, how about, have you ever heard of a albino troll?
An albino troll. Well, I mean, yeah, it's not very common. They happen out, and then he stops and he gives you. He's like, "Are you talking about white troll?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Do they just come in white?
He looks at you. You see, like, one of the closer people like stops their tanning, and it's like, and he's like, "Wow." And they go back to work. He's like, "Come here, come here." And he ushers you off to the side.
I follow.
I was like, you know, the white troll are vicious creatures. I know a little bit about their work, but the magic in there, that's the kind of leather for craftsmen.
Such as
Are you
yourself.
folks after? Yeah, like you can see that he's trying not to salivate over this idea as he's like figuring like, are you gentlemen going after white troll?
Well,
We are going after White Troll, yes.
Well, I can promise you. And he looks around and like on Heimdall's coin, I can promise you a hefty fee if you bring that skin to me.
well, friend.
Well, that's wonderful, but can you tell us where to find them?
Oh, you'd have to. Those aren't near no dead ironwoods. You got to travel out to the rotten areas.
Ooh, to the rotten areas.
Elias will pull out his map and kind of roll it out. Can you show me?
So he is like the only for sure rotwood that I know of is back west, basically in
I
this
see.
area.
Okay.
He points that out to you on your map. Talking about like, well, that's the most famous rotwood that I know of. That's where a few of the ancient elven clans that had gone to Raquel,
Yeah.
like they'd had it like a city there that had collapsed from just they blew the tree apart and then it came down on itself and splintered throughout the little area. And then famously, like somebody had tried to relive there and they ended up upsetting something. They point the direction, which is that's the most famous one.
Perfect, my friend. Here's the thing. I think we could probably bring you some goodies.
We'll do our best
We'll do our
to bring you
best.
something back for your help.
May we get your name, sir?
Tullen the Tanner.
Pullen?
P-U-L-L-A-N. Tullen the Tanner.
Oh, Tellin. Pleasure. Is this is the only? It sounded like you were gonna say there was other areas, or is this pretty much
Oh, I mean, there's
the main?
all over. I would imagine that if you wanted a list of where you could find fallen rodwood. The Alliance would have the most information on it. That's just the one that I can think of. But so you would know them. Looking at it this way, it would be
Still
up
here,
by
right?
this bend.
Ooh, okay.
So, okay,
Oh,
yeah.
would it be this bend?
Okay.
It's like in this area somewhere. is
Yeah,
where you
right.
pointed
Like
out on
that's
the map.
where-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I figured. Like, so I figured it'd be up here.
All right.
You know, a little farther.
Okay. While I'm here,
Mhm.
I would like to purchase a decorative pouch for my fiance.
What sort of pouch are you talking about? He brings you to the pouchery.
To the
where
pouchery.
you-
Like,
Pouch.
I'm looking for a belt pouch that has some nice designs on it.
So I would imagine, like, when you come in here, like, you can see that it goes from intricate, what would almost be considered plate mail armor, made from stacked plates of leather, down to, like, here over to the side where he's brought you. You know what? Like the Southwest, or you go on the res. We didn't really do too many reservations though, but you go to that Oklahoma History Museums or whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
where it's got the Native American like leather pouches and stuff like So it's like that. So he's got plenty of pouches, leather, like hardened box style with a flip top toggle, or just basically a Crown Royale made out of the softest of fucking I don't know, owlbear nut.
I'll go for the Crown Royale style.
Okay, so soft, something in the soft sack.
Yes.
So he will present you with a few different options.
Are any of them dyed?
Yeah, they could be.
This is me, the player, asking you, the DM.
Yeah, I mean they can be. Like, so basically, he can make them anything custom, right? Like they can do custom anything you want out of different leathers or cloth, mostly leathers, or hide. I would say, not cloth, leather, hide. But yeah, like, so I mean, they do have a few dyes that are coming in, but you would have to go to either, like, if you wanted something real crazy, like a crazy purples and shit like that, like, you'd have to go to probably one of the newer Heimdall stores.
Okay. In that case, do they have any of them with the fur still on it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Is there a white one?
Yes.
Okay.
There are a couple.
I'll take one of these white ones.
One is 5,000 gold, and the other is 8 silver.
I will take your 8 silver pouch, please.
All the non-magic.
Yeah.
And he hands you what looks to be, like basically imagine a Crown Royal pouch, but instead of purple felt, it is like a purple. I mean, it's still kind of felt, but it's the skin of some animal that is a pristine white, and then the golden threads
Ooh.
are actually woven through, like, and they are varying. I don't want to say catgut, like a thread, but like here they splinter wood down to make thread. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like that, but it's a rich golden amber color
Ooh, pretty.
along
Okay.
that holds the seams. And then they're like, would you like anything engraved upon here, or simply the sack?
How much is the engraving?
Well, he like stops for a second, like you can see he's about to get mad. Like he's like, how dare, and then catches himself like, oh no, wait, that's how it's supposed to work. And he's like, okay, copper a word or rune? Perhaps a copper? I suppose it depends on what you would like crafted onto here.
I would like your Juridic Rune of Protection.
Yes, that would be well, when do you? He starts to think, and then he's like, well, when do you need it by?
Just by the time we come back.
That's not an answer. I mean,
So what?
he kind of looks at you like, whoa, that's
How about a couple days?
Yeah, 3 days. In 3 days. Yes.
They're the best. Yeah, because I mean, you gotta imagine like these guys, like time works a little different. So he's like, yeah, okay, so you want me to spend 3 days on these rooms?
No. I just want it to be completed within 3 days. You spend as much time as you think is necessary to make a nice room.
He just seems suspicious.
I understand.
But also, you know that like when he says 3 days, like he's not doing anything else. Like it's gonna be 3 days of craftsmanship.
No, I understand. And I imagine
Yeah.
3 days crafting a rune is going to be pretty spectacular.
Yeah, right. You know? But yeah, he's like, okay, I guess. Like, as he's trying to figure out what you're saying, like, all right, yeah. I'll do that then. Okay, I'll craft you something. You let me know when you come in. All right. Or you talk to Jackus, point to the human setting at the counter, wearing like just their shitty, dirty like clothing.
I got it. Yeah.
Out there, they seem to be like instead of doing the actual work, like they're working books. So probably the second in command, you would imagine.
Okay.
With that, he lets you guys know that you can pick it up in 3 days.
Perfect.
Okay.
Or beyond. He turns and hands it off to Jackus. He's like, hey, you go ahead and make sure we write this all down, that what we're doing. And he is. You can see that the order's being taken.
Oh man, she's gonna love that.
I hope so. Thank you again, sir, for the time and the information. It is very much appreciated.
Yeah, no worries. Hey, good luck.
Thank you.
You guys do well out there. You find yourself back out in the street. So it is still kind of morning. You're at least both sober now. It's just the crack of noon, and you can feel the cool air, like it's coming, and you know that the festival's coming. And also, you know that probably should get this liver.
All right.
It's odd. It's odd that you. It's like you feel them staring at you.
The people?
Asking us why we're wasting time. I get it.
Yeah, not Ludwig. No, I mean, but it's unlike other missions, which is like a feeling of it.
Like there's
Like
more eyes on it?
Yeah, kind of. Well, more like a magical set of scrying eyes watching you.
Oh, okay.
But it's a feeling you can't, there is no scrying eye. It's basically like when you get this mission, part of it is you get the feeling that there's a scrying eye watching you. Almost like these missions are kind of cursed.
I can see that.
In that sort of way, but it's nothing bad. You just are always like, oh man.
Yeah, it's funny because like us diddle-daddling, grabbing some shots,
doing shots.
like, talking with Alphonse, like, getting supplies, any other normal mission, that's maybe routine or like part of the routine.
Nobody cared. Yeah.
Nobody cared, but it's like,
do it at your own pace. Basically, this is mine.
Now everybody's like, hey, what are you still doing here? Ah, jeez.
You're in the big leagues now. I mean, that might be how you can look at it. Or just that you're not going to make it to the big leagues if you don't perform.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was looking at it. Like, this is your door to the big league.